Hello, this is Darren DePaul, the voice of Emperor Valkorion, and you're watching another video by Vulkk.
With the announced return of Operations group content to Star Wars The Old Republic, even if it's one slice at a time, I thought of sharing this top 5 list that I've created for a blog post on my website a while ago. Obviously, at the time, I could not say the exact reason why I was posting an endgame guide/tutorial, when it's not really needed. Now we know of the IOCAT operation and its first boss being released in April with patch 5.2. Greetings, I'm Vulkk, and these are the top 5 Star Wars The Old Republic's things you need to know for the endgame. Knowing what your own class can do is vital. It's priceless to know your limits and how further you can push yourself and your character within the endgame content. What's even more important than this is your knowledge of other classes' capabilities and features. Acting and reacting to what your fellow raiders do next to you or to you is very helpful. How to draw the most benefit from an AoE healing effect, how to avoid the harmful AoE effect without hurting others near you. These are all skills that come with time and repetition. The best way to gain class awareness is to play more than one character and play them on a level higher than, and I'm quoting here, "I love the story of this class, I have 2 of them at level 50. Farm some more casual content with your alts, or even bring them to the next progression run. It's priceless when you're capable to fill in the gap for another important player who's missing to the upcoming raid. Seeing the encounters from different perspective and role is helping you get better with your own main class as well. You might think this cannot be said for new content and progression teams doing something for the first time. You would be wrong, my friend. This applies to any and all sorts of endgame Star Wars The Old Republic has to offer. The fact that you haven't done this boss or that operation doesn't mean you're entering the upcoming fight blind. In most cases, some objects in the surroundings and the environment can give you powerful clues as to what you should expect. Noticing things in advance is often key to winning a fight. Knowing where you might be able to kite an upcoming wave of adds, or where you could hide from the boss's next big special attack. These can save not just your life, but the whole team as well. When you are a part of a more experienced team, never be afraid to admit you're new to this place. In almost any case and any situation, everyone else will be very friendly and willing to help and teach you. Last but not least, some mechanics of boss fights are predictable, even if they are new. Looking at the giant Rancor-like monster, for example, would always give the main tank a clue that one probably does frontal AoE and is most likely recommended that they should turn the monster away from the rest of the group. Star Wars The Old Republic relies heavily on graphical or visual and audio notifications to let players know something special or important is about to happen. Learn to pay attention to these hints and your endgame progression will probably become a lot easier and more fun. Regardless of the fact that Star Wars The Old Republic cannot run smoothly and properly on any PC due to the engine being crap, you still need at least 30-ish or more frames per second to be competent to do the hardest content available in the game. And yes, my friends, 30 FPS in Star Wars The Old Republic is a dream for many players, unfortunately. For more information on how broken the game's engine is, you can check out my latest technical video review of the game's patch 5.0 performance. Being able to avoid things quickly and efficiently is key to your survival in Master Mode content, the old school Nightmare mode, which was renamed for patch 5.0. If your game freezes or jumps a frame, you may miss a very important hint for an upcoming attack from ever so cute monster, for example, whose ass you've been bashing for the last few minutes. The game still doesn't allow add-ons and probably never will. The good news is that it wasn't ever built to require them. Everything is clearly shown on your screen, you just need to learn where, how and what to look for. Another factor of very high importance is your server latency. Some classes and disciplines from classes will require you to perform combinations of abilities in a very quick manner, burst healing or burst damage dealing for example. Unfortunately, in most cases, your latency doesn't depend on you, and the only possible actions you can take in an attempt to make it better, or smaller I should say, is to upgrade your internet connection or move closer to the server physically. In other words, if you have higher latency, above 200 ping for example, is considered relatively high, pick the class or classes that you want to play considering that fact and that limitation. I've said it many times that for good or evil, not all of the content in the game is balanced properly. This probably is true for any MMO game out there. Because of that, instances of the same level and tier can seem too easy or too hard depending on players' experience and gear equipment. If you're new to the content, you'd better follow the recommended minimum requirements for your gear and equipment. Once you gain enough experience, you will likely realize that things can be done with a poorly geared up character. Sometimes you will face unbalanced encounters in the same instance, be it flashpoint operations or something else. That's not pretty, but nobody is perfect. These things seem to us like a mistake, but sometimes, not always, they are intended by the developers. And by that I mean, for example, second boss of a 7th boss operation being much harder than the 7th boss, the final one. Wait. Please folks, listen carefully. This is the last one and it is a little bit controversial, but I hope that you will understand what I mean. So, you don't have to misjudge this final advice I have for you. Tolerating a mistake is the best thing you can do to help a friend or a guildie of yours to get better and progress further. Everybody makes mistakes, we all learn from them, and that helps us evolve from noobs to pros. When you notice the same player repeating the same silly steps or mistakes over and over again, then things get ugly. Your tolerance towards such players should be minimal if you are approaching the serious endgame and want to progress through it. Making a mistake yourself is not the end of the world, not at all. If you notice it, fix it. If you don't, but others point it out to you, don't take it as an offense. Take the advice and learn from it. There is a chance that someone more experienced than you does exist somewhere in the world, and you should look them up and learn from them. Getting angry with yourself upon a wrong move or raging on your fellow team members after a wipe is never beneficial. It usually ends up creating unwanted tension and discomfort. There we have it folks, those were my top 5 tips for approaching endgame and doing it. What do you think? Do you have more interesting ideas and suggestions to add? What would your top 5 list be on this topic? Thank you for watching, I hope you have enjoyed the video. Click the like button and help me out. Visit my website Vulkk.com for daily videos and news. To help me improve and expand, consider becoming my patron with a small monthly pledge. And stay in touch by following me on Facebook and Twitter.
To be honest, it worked.
Embrace death as all things.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Tree's just dying. Pick the ads.
Yeah, but for fuck's sake, I had the fire.
See. The boss is on fire, dude.
Oh.
Can it stop that?
I don't think so.
One's gonna die.
No.
Come on, one more.
Oh, we tried to break it. We're breaking a record here.
What the hell?
This is the new nightmare mode.
It could very well be this.
Oh, he got himself in. Nice.
Second time actually.
Hey,
There we go.
Well played, man.
Good job, Ricky. He didn't smash at all, what the fuck?
That's how it's done, folks.
Get the ads.